What's up, everybody? Welcome to another brand new live episode of the John and Wendy Show here on the Outlaw Nation Twitch Live. And then later on, of course, we're putting the show up on YouTube for y'all to enjoy who do not watch it on Twitch. I am one half of the conversation here, the Outlaw John Rocha, joined by my better half, Wendy Lee. Wendy, how are you?
I'm doing so good. I've had a pretty crazy but good week. How are you? You went to the HCA awards.
I did.
In person this year.
Yeah, it was very nice to go, seeing everybody, hanging out with people, presenting an award to the great Natalie Morales. A lot of fun.
Fun fact, I went to the same college as her.
Wow. What college is that?
Florida International University.
We're both Florida college graduate people?
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I respect that. Did you have a mascot at Florida International? Was there a mascot?
The Golden Panthers.
I love the way you said it with such disdain.
No, because it's like the Golden Panthers isn't like an actual, like a panther is an actual thing.
Right.
But like, is Golden Panther an actual, like?
Seems like a gang.
Is that the right?
Terrible martial arts.
No.
The Golden Panthers.
I think they just wanted to make it fit the school color.
Oh, that's right. It is a Florida International. That is
blue and gold.
Yeah, that's right. Blue and gold.
I'm actually wearing, ironically, this is not planned.
Yeah, it was a fun time. Great seeing everybody. Scott Menzel, of course, with Ashley running the HCA, and there was a number of people involved behind the scenes as well in our production overall. And it was great to see so many people live, like Kenneth Branagh and Javier Bardem and Ariana DeBose and Lin-Manuel Miranda and
oh my God, Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield, yes, Coda, the whole cast of Coda.
Nick Cage.
Nick Cage was great with his hair on. Alex Wolff was there.
What?
Yeah, Alex Wolff. And we ran into each other behind the scenes.
Did he remember you?
He told the first thing he said to me,
rematch.
You owe me a rematch, he said. And I said, what? You remember that? He's like, are you kidding? I lost by a point. You know how tough that is for a competitive person like me to carry over? Someone has a loss. I have a loss on someone, and I'm not able to redeem that loss. And I was like, really? I'm retired. He goes, you're not retired. You're playing me. And I was like, he goes, can we play next week? And I said, dude, I'm retired. We're not doing that. Of course, I texted Christian. He's like, let's put it on. And I'm like,
of course.
But it was so much fun. And I, gave him props for his great year
Alex
last
is
year
great.
with Old and with a Pig. I just gave him so much props. I'm like, dude, you're in the stratosphere. And he did reveal to me that he's got some big news coming.
Nice.
Knock on wood. He wouldn't tell me what it was, but he said, trust me, I can't tell you, but when you find out, it's a pretty big next step for my career. So no surprise.
Oh my gosh.
He's
Alex in the MCU.
Yeah. Oh, maybe. Or
he's
DC.
in the DCEU. One of the two. Idea. He's in Star Wars.
He's Aqualad. He's the son of Jason Momoa. I don't know. That's possible, isn't it? Maybe.
He's fantastic, man.
Yeah. Good guy.
Just like great talent, and honestly down to earth, like really cool. Because I said hello to him the last time we went to the like an in-person award as well. Yeah. He's like, you tell that. He said the same thing. He goes, you tell that guy I want a rematch.
It's incredible.
1 point.
Wow, 1 point.
Yeah.
I let him hang around, and he took it seriously. I don't know. I could have crushed him, but I didn't. No, I'm just joking. Who knows?
What question was it?
What did he? Well, he missed the 5-pointer, right? Wasn't it like? I forget what it was.
I think so.
It was a big 5-pointer, and he missed it.
Something like that. It was close because it got to you guys got to the final round.
Yeah, we did. We got all the way to the end, our fivers, because that second round kind of messed me up a little bit, and he was able to catch up ground and then back and forth throughout the whole thing. So yeah, he was fantastic.
So good.
But we're here to talk about so many things going on in the world of entertainment. That's what this show is all about. We're going to touch on some stuff with I Am Legend sequel happening, possibly with Will Smith and Michael B. Jordan. We're going to touch on a little bit of the Oscars controversy, get into some of the trailers from this week, give our thoughts quickly on the Batman, get in some corner stuff. And talk a little Love is Blind. So it's the reunion episode. Wendy, as soon as I'm done here and I got another show after this, I'm beelining to the couch to watch that reunion episode.
Yes.
I have been obsessed with Love is Blind. My girlfriend tells me that I have a problem and I need to check myself into a center. But
no.
I am just, we were tearing through episodes. tearing.
It's an easy watch, man. It's because you're watching someone else experience all of that stuff.
Yeah, we watched the trailer for the Japan one, and we might be watching that one next.
Please watch it, because and that's why I want to talk about it. But we'll save that for, later on. And before we dive into the shows, you guys, you can continue to support the show just by clicking on this link right up. Am I doing it right? Right up here.
Yeah.
Streamlabs.com/John Rocha says. Sending your questions, your cheering bits, your subscription to the Twitch channel, and or your Streamlabs are always greatly appreciated. And I think with that, we can jump into our very first headline here. This is breaking news, so we're going to put this up top. Wow. So according to Deadline, and like you said, Rocha, we are going to get the next chapter for I Am Legend, with not just Will Smith returning, but also Michael B. Jordan added to the cast. They're going to star and produce together for the first time. I can't believe they haven't worked together yet.
Yeah. Kind of surprising, right?
Yeah, but the both of them, they do have production companies.
Yeah.
And I really, I am very interested to see, one, how much time has passed from the end of the first I Am Legend to now. Are they going to maybe use that as, real time to how old Will is today? And how does Michael B. Jordan, factor into the whole thing? And was his blood was Will Smith's blood the answer, and all that stuff? Yeah, we're gonna find out. Yeah. So the original was adapted by Akiva Goldsman for the 2007 movie. He's going to return to write the follow-up and produce as well. But so far, it looks like there's no director attached to the project. Honestly, I would not be surprised if Will Smith took on the directing.
Wow. Okay.
I think he's really close to the story. I think he loves it so much. And the fact that his company, and Michael B. Jordan's company, and Goldsman's company will be producing it. Yeah. I just think if they can't get the original director back, I don't know if he's still working. I assume so. Because I haven't read otherwise, but let us know if we're wrong. I think
is the director of the first one.
I imagine they would try to bring back the people that worked on the original.
Yeah, maybe, but I mean, I hear what you're saying about, should he? Because he directed Constantine. I loved Constantine.
Oh yeah, Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves, yeah. He also did the Hunger Games movies, most of them, not the first one, but all the other ones afterwards. So the guy's been working.
So look, if he doesn't return for some maybe conflict issues, maybe like time, then I can see Will Smith doing this. I don't know if you want to take on the role of producer, director, and lead actor.
Yeah.
Just because that's a lot of stuff to be thinking about. You got to think about your performing in front of the camera and directing other people. It's a lot of work, but I feel like Will Smith is the kind of guy that would be able to take on something like this. And
not everyone is Brana, Wendy. Not everyone is Brana. They can put themselves in their own movie, write the script, produce it, shoot it. I mean, it's a tough ask. And look, I mean, Michael B. Jordan is directing Creed 3. So could Michael B. Jordan be willing to direct and be under and have Will Smith under his direction? We shall see. And both.
Oh, we have a raid.
Oh, we have a raid?
I'm not even on Twitch right now. Hang on a second. I got to thank you, Raiders.
Yeah, the Raiders want to talk about the Love is Blind reunion. I can't wait to take a look at it. I haven't watched it yet.
We'll definitely stick around. We'll definitely get to talk a little bit about Love is Blind.
Absolutely.
That's for sure. And thank you guys so much for the raid.
Oh, it's the Blurds.
Hey!
What's up, Winston and Jay? What's up to the
Blurds? Hi. How was your stream, guys?
Yeah.
What were you doing? What were you playing? What were you talking about? Let us know.
Let us know.
Let us know.
But yeah, so I'm excited about it because I liked I Am Legend. I enjoyed it. It made a lot of money. And one of these stats in the Deadline thing just stopped me cold. Combined, Michael B. Jordan, Will Smith's movies have made $12.3 billion. Man, I mean, that is, Wendy, that is crazy.
That's a lot of money. Yeah. So that's a lot of star power.
It is. It's a lot of money. So, but I mean, we'll see. The continuing the story here, is Michael B. Jordan related somehow to Will Smith? Is there a different story being told? Because remember, I think Will wasn't was Will a scientist or a doctor or something? What was he?
Yeah, it sounds like research of some sort.
Right. So is Michael B. Jordan an antagonist here who is trying to stop Will Smith, get revenge for what happened to his family because of Will Smith's decisions? There's so many different ways they can go with this. That is exciting, and having them both come back, I couldn't be more excited to see a sequel with these two. You know.
Yeah, I just let's not have another traumatic experience with the dog. Another dog. Okay.
Right.
So that broke me. I was like, nothing usually happens to the animals in the movies. And I was just like, oh. Will Smith actually also tweeted out, or not tweet, I'm sorry, he posted on Instagram.
Yeah.
A photo. There's definitely some interesting things on just looks like weeds and stuff growing on the street. It looks like.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm actually pretty excited. I really enjoyed I Am Legend. Yeah. I never thought that we would get a sequel.
I'm with you. I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to seeing what they create for sure. For those of you who just came over from the Blurds, thank you so much. And wow, there's 40 of you watching us live right now. Thank you very much. Please remember
to you guys
subscribe and follow here on the Outlaw Nation, trying to build the the fandom here within the Outlaw Nation on Twitch. We're almost at 1,000. If you haven't followed or subscribed, feel free to do so. You can also sign up for a membership, tier 1, tier 2. You want to gift a subscription, you can do that as well. You want to send in bits, cheers, and Streamlabs right up there above Wendy and I's heads. If you have any questions, thoughts, or comments, send them in. We try to keep it to an hour-long show, but if you send your questions with a little bit of money, maybe we'll stay a little bit extra and answer some. We'll see. It all depends. Haskell's right to point this out. He grabbed a grenade, pulled the pin, ran at the glass as the glass was about to shatter when the other vampires were breaking through with it. So did he live or did he die, Wendy? Clearly, if he's coming back, maybe somehow he lived.
Yeah, I think he's lived, and I don't know if, because I think I saw a comment earlier saying that potentially, Michael B. Jordan would be his son. Yeah. I'd like to think that he's another survivor, and together they're either trying to navigate through the world as how it is, if it has not improved, or they've got the cure and it's happening. I don't know. They can really go, because many years have passed. 2007 was the film.
Yeah, true. 2007. And the film made $585 million worldwide. It's so funny. People don't talk about that film in the same kind of breath. And, now that he's nominated for an Oscar and he's, with King Richard and everything, maybe there's, like you said, another level of approach they might have with this. So it could be very, very interesting for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Where shall we move on to next year, Wendy?
Let's talk about another big thing happening in the movie world. Happy Friday, happy Robert Pattinson Day.
Yeah.
The Batman is now officially in theaters, and we've already got early box office reports coming in for the Thursday previews. Right now, and the number probably has already grown since, but $21.6 million just on Thursday's previews alone. Which is honestly not surprising. I know they're eyeing at the movie to debut at 100 million or more, which I think is huge for, given the current times.
Yeah.
And how people feel about going to the theaters. But I think it's also been a real long time since we've had a standalone Batman film.
Yeah.
And people are thirsty for Pattinson. And this is just, without giving any spoilers away, this is unlike any other Batman film that I've watched. I think in the beginning, when I saw the trailer, as much as I loved it, I was like, oh, it's going to give us, it's giving a little Nolan vibe. Yeah. In the way that it is dark and kind of that noir, but it's a whole different vibe going in. It's more of a, I would say, murder thriller detective story, getting to see Batman as a detective, along with some really epic action pieces. Cinematography is chef's kiss.
Yeah.
I think right now I think it dropped a little bit. It started at 98, 97% on Rotten Tomatoes. And I think now it's at 89 or something like that, which is still 85, which is still really high.
It's because Mance didn't like it. Mance didn't like it. He's driven
Scott Mance or another Scott?
Scott Mance did not like the movie. He tweeted about it a few years ago, saying he did not like the movie. So
I'd have to find the tweet. I'm curious the way he said about it.
Yeah, I'm negotiating to possibly do a spoiler review with Scott where we have different points of views about the movie.
Do it.
So it could be interesting. Rocha,
Do it.
you're crazy. We'll see.
Still love, regardless of like a difference of opinion, love the man.
Of course.
Yeah. Love it.
I would love to do it with him. But yeah, the film made 21.6 million on Thursday night, as Wendy pointed out here, which is a little bit below a lot below the debut of Spider-Man No Way Home, which was 50 million on his Thursday debut in December. And of course, that's like people are home, it's Christmas, maybe that's a different, and people want to come back to the theater. Of course, that's a happier situation. This is a darker film, a 2-hour and 40-minute film. But it did beat both the Joker, Aquaman, and Suicide Squad for a Thursday opening of a DC film. So that speaks volumes. And remember, the Joker went on to make $1 billion. Aquaman went on to make $1 billion, and Suicide Squad not $1 billion, but $700 and something million.
Yeah.
So this could bode well. A lot of people are predicting 100 million plus opening for the Batman. Could be even higher than that, even with it dropping a little bit from 98 to 85%.
Yeah.
The word of mouth, I think people will want to go see this film multiple times. I've already seen people saying that on social media. I've seen it twice now, hoping to go see it a third time in IMAX sometime in the next week to get a full enjoyment of the film. I like the darkness in it, and so we shall see. They're predicting a possible 140 million dollar opening if it does well, and people want to come and see this thing. So we shall see for all. So good start though, Wendy, I would say.
Yeah, I say so. I just the cast.
Yeah,
I think they work together really well. The chemistry, and I'm not just talking Batman and Selena Kyle. I think with everybody and their interactions with each other is so good. It definitely hits more of a dramatic tone, which I absolutely loved. And I'm so happy to see Robert Pattinson crushing as Batman. Like I knew it when the second they announced, I was like, oh, I never even thought that he would take a role like that. But the fact that he did, I was like, okay. And this is very much the type of movie that he would be doing. He loves this kind of stuff. So, and the action just has to come with the package. It's just the part of it. But he delivered. He did really, really good. He spent so much time in the cowl, and I remember reading an interview saying that the director was like, "Can we do something about the sweat? Because you sweat a lot in that." And I was like, "You put down that thing doesn't breathe. It's like latex and leather and who knows what other fabric material that's in there." And he even said he's like, "Oh, there's nothing you can do about the sweat.
I can't be in this thing."
Vengeance.
I shouldn't have those tacos.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
well, look, if you do a spoiler discussion with Scott Mans, I'll definitely tune in. I think that'd be
okay.
I'll watch it.
I'll tell you. We were supposed to shoot it today at 4, but he had other commitments that kind of pushed him past. So we're trying to figure out maybe on Saturday.
But I know it's a little early for a spoiler, no?
Oh man, people are dropping spoiler reviews already today.
Already?
Oh yeah,
it just came out.
I know. People went last night. They want to see the spoiler reviews. So it's smart. I should have done it, but I get it. I want to wait. We're doing the Geek Buddies one on Sunday night, so stay tuned for the time for that. We will be releasing that, and we'll be doing probably a non-spoiler one later today or tomorrow for people to consume as well. Batman all weekend. Basically, it's Batman all weekend on the Outlaw Nation channel.
Nice.
And we'll see. A lot of people are predicting that score, score for the Batman, the Michael Giacchino score, might be on a fast track to be nominated for Best Score for the Oscars already in 2023. We shall see. And speaking of nominations, we should move on to our next story here. Wendy, I sent this to you. I want to talk about it.
Yes.
This is from Scott Feinberg over there at the Hollywood Reporter. Posted an article updating the infighting that is happening over the categories controversy. And you guys remember we talked about it on last week's show. 8 categories are not going to be shown live. They're going to be presented. People are going to be in the seats. They're going to be in the theater. The awards are going to be announced. And then they're going to put them they're going to edit it down to a package that they will present during the actual ceremony that is going to be broadcast on ABC. And I'm not going to read the whole article, but just to summarize.
Here, I'll drop it in chat so everybody
can
watch.
Please do. Basically, what they're saying, the civil war that's happening here is between some people who what's going on because of ABC.
No, you don't allow links, so I got timed out.
Oh no. God damn it. That's Cheryl, we gotta get on that mic. I think we gotta put that Nightbot in its place, Cheryl. It's gotta allow me. There we go. I'm posting it now. It should be there. You go. There's like evil robots.
That was so funny.
Damn,
it was like, no. It wagged his finger at me.
You think about what you did with that.
Go stand, look at the wall.
You stand there looking at the corner. But no, anyway, some people are defending the decision because it's in this article. It kind of points out that ABC apparently made a demand of them to cut 12 categories, not 8, 12, in order for them to keep funding. And remember, the ABC funds the Oscars. Now, I didn't know that. So
I didn't know
that's
that either.
Another element of this in my mind that I'm like, okay, I didn't factor that in. And maybe that's why they're dictating all the stuff that they're dictating in terms of the cuts and whatever. And there are some people who are on the side of this and some people who are not. Some of the governors are upset about this. And by the way, the board is 54 people. I think that's correct. 54-person board of governors. Wendy, that is a lot of people to try to satisfy, get a consensus with, and to put these changes into motion. So I find it fascinating that the article kind of highlights the writers and the directors and the producers who don't have a problem with this decision, but it's also because their categories are not the ones that are being cut or turned into a video package. So to me, I'm like, if you're not involved in it as a category, you probably shouldn't say anything, in my opinion. If they started handing out best director or best picture at a
just put it in a visual package.
Yeah, put a video. You producers will lose their fucking minds.
Yeah.
So it just is ridiculous to me about what's happening. But clearly these decisions are sparking a civil war within this 54-person board. Wendy, what do you think about all this?
I think it's interesting that they are all of a sudden now trying to trim down the Oscars. I do feel like that's something that we've approached before, people talking about the ceremony being too long. There's always been kind of joke about like, oh, we should take out the songs.
Yeah.
And I don't 100% agree with taking out the songs because again, it's kind of like some of the issues that, some of the governors are bringing and just the viewers in general are bringing up is that you take away, these things and it makes the people who worked so hard in these categories feel like they don't deserve to be here and they're not good enough to be here. Their work isn't appreciated, which is not the case at all. I think that cutting time because the viewers' behavior have shifted, right? We're so used to super fast content. We're in kind of the world of TikToks right now, right? If you're on TikTok or any sort of short form videos, vertical videos, it's kind of like, don't like it, attention span super short, scroll.
Right.
And Oscars are notoriously, it's an evening event. You and I worked not at the Oscars, but when Collider would, live stream our reaction, things like that, it'd be like 3-4 hours. And, it's like /party/work at the same time.
Yeah.
But to cut these categories, like we've never had to do that before. So why are we starting that now? I do appreciate the effort of them not dropping it all together. I think that's way worse. Just so they can satisfy ABC. But I think this is have they not had the year to research viewer behavior and pattern to better work this in and to maybe speed up certain, not to minimize and not to cut, but to speed up certain aspect of it? There's things that you can cut that has nothing to do with the actual categories that you can trim so you can give these categories the time that they deserve.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think they spend a lot of time on certain things that I feel that they can condense.
Yeah.
And really, I think this whole thing is really messy. Obviously, everybody has something to say about it. It seems like nobody's agreeing. People are in. I'm curious as to what the like Brian Brawler just cheered one bit. It says this is such a Hollywood move. Not surprised by this decision at all.
Yeah.
I kind of am.
Yeah, Are you?
I kind of
Okay.
yeah, a little bit. It's
Yeah.
just because it's never happened before. It's never been hinted at it before. I
Right.
honestly thought if they were going to cut something or condense something, it was going to be the songs. And I don't mean cutting the performances.
Mm-hmm.
I
Right.
mean by doing it as a mashup.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
like
Right. Yeah. Which they've done
right?
before.
That
They've
they
done
can
that.
like
Actually.
yeah, and I like that because it's kinda like it's one awesome big musical number
Yeah.
that people can tune in, and so each artist, composer are getting their spotlight for the music they created, and people get to see it as a show. It's like, "Oh, that's right, this is from that." The Oscars, they have the production means to do this, to switch sets. It's at the
Mhm.
Dolby. It's like one of the best theaters in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Everything's held there, so I'm surprised that they haven't switched it to that because if you put all that together, you're cutting down how long is a typical song performance? 2, 3 minutes?
Yeah. 2, 3 minutes.
And that's how many songs in a category, like
Yeah.
5,
5.
4,
Yeah.
and that can be a lot. And people usually like which is like really sad. Like people use it as like bathroom breaks.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people that do that. I try to stay and watch as much as I can.
Right.
But if you make it a mashup, and you do it that way, the song's, in my opinion anyways,
Yeah.
still getting its spotlight that it deserves, and it's not eating extra time up.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I think. Or
Well,
just do less commercials. Just do
yeah.
less commercials and focus on the thing.
ABC does not want to do that. I thought
I
it
know
was,
they wouldn't.
I thought it was an independently furnished or funded rather ceremony. I did not know ABC funds it, and because they fund it, then they have every right to say yes to this or no to that or change this or change that. So when you allow someone else to control your ceremony, this is what happens, and
Mhm.
some people were pushing back at me when I made a couple of comments about Will Packer, and according to the article, Will Packer signed off on this. So he knew it was happening. Whether he
Oh.
was able to stop it or not stop it is a separate
Mm,
conversation, but he
mm.
signed off on it according to the article. So to me, and I trust the Hollywood Reporter with stuff like this. So this is where you go, okay, well, clearly he knew what he was taking on and it has to stand by these decisions if he agreed to stay as the executive producer of the show.
Yeah.
So and we had Mitchell Block, who is from the shorts, films, and feature animation branch, said that the Academy's lack of transparency to its governors, executive committees, and members is what got them into this mess. He name drops Putin. He says top-down leadership is good for Putin, but not good for volunteer honorary organizations with a membership. So
Yeah.
interesting. Howard Cohen is the co-president of Roadside Attractions, push back and disagree with Block, saying, I'm with David Rubin with this one, who made the decision. As an AMPAS member, as an attendee in person of 7 of the last 8 ceremonies, and as someone who deeply respects the craftspeople move to non-live slots, this ceremony must change if it wants to continue on a commercial network. And why bother being on ABC if you're going to ignore the audience? And Ted Sarandos is saying all the traditional Oscars will be presented in front of a full house and televised on ABC. It's going to be a great show. Smart evolution of the broadcast, nobody sliding, which is bullshit. The idea that it's traditional Oscars, fucking score is traditional Oscars. Editing is traditional Oscars.
Correct. I
So
watch those categories.
yeah, so to me, this idea that somehow that's not traditional Oscars, I think is a terrible
I don't know
misstep.
what Oscar he was watching,
Right,
but
exactly. So, hey, listen, let me tell you something. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how much people kiss your ass. You're not above criticism. And I thought Sarandos is making a mistake saying these comments because, again, if Netflix is winning Best Picture, there's no effing way that it put that as something they would be non-televised and in a video package. Sarandos would be the first one complaining if Netflix was up or the odds-on favorite to win its first Best Picture as a streaming service. So, it's ridiculous. So clearly there was issues with transparency, issues with decision making here in the process. There's certainly two schools of thought, or more than one school of thought, about what's best for the Oscars, and it's all coming to a head. And apparently they've got a lunch on Monday, Wendy, with all the CEO, the governors, and the nominees at the Fairmont Century Plaza Hotel. No word yet if we're going to send a independent correspondent to be there to ask questions and send us a package. I would like that for myself personally. So,
well, we'll find. I mean, we can just keep our eyes on all the
yeah,
news and see what
absolutely.
is happening. Yeah, they got literally a month to figure it out. So
That's true. That's true.
April's coming.
If I was Wanda Sykes, Regina Hall, or Amy Schumer, I would not be. I don't envy either of those ladies for having to present during this situation.
Oh,
We shall
and it's
see.
not their fault. They just
No.
been asked to do a one job, and
Yeah.
they got to fulfill it, and that's it.
You got one job, for God's sakes.
Hey,
Mumra sent us 25 bits, Wendy. I don't know
yes,
if you saw that. I
yep.
should bring up Mumra's bits.
I'll go ahead and read it.
Yeah, please do.
Mumra, thank you so much for the bits. Who writes, where does this new Batmobile rank for you among the others, and which is your fave? Ooh.
Well, my fave is in Dark Knight Returns, but live action is, I think this one might be my favorite.
I was gonna say I'm kind of partial to this one. I don't know if it's because we just saw it and it was so flippin' badass. I don't want to give anything away. I don't want to ruin it for people who haven't had the chance to see it yet. I'll wait until after the weekends. But what they showed you in the trailer is just tip of the iceberg of what some of the things that Batman gets to utilize. And just think too, this is literally, they're talking like a newer, like year 2 Batman.
Yeah.
So he's not even like fully embraced all of the gadgets he's gonna like, and this is already pretty badass.
Yeah.
So
it's a muscle car with the stress on the word muscle. And that's what I liked about it. So I mean, just the sound it makes, and as Wendy said, its appearance when it's introduced, it is memorable. And so I know people love the long, sleek Michael Keaton Batman, or
that one's great too.
Or the Tumbler, which is Christopher Nolan's version of the Batmobile, but this one is by far my favorite. My favorite. So
same.
And all of them reflect the movies that they're in, for sure.
Yes.
All right. Where should we move off to next here, Wendy?
Let's talk a little bit about trailers. We got a couple of them dropped, 2 new ones and one sort of reformatted, if you will. So the 2 brand new ones, one is a horror film starring Sandra Oh called Umma, which is the Korean word for mother, and the other is Bullet Train by David Leitch, starring Brad Pitt and 50 million other people. Takes place high action on a very, very fast train, the Bullet Train, through modern Japan. Did you get a chance to take a look at both of these trailers?
Listen, Umma is scary as hell from the trailer, but I'm such a fan of Sandra Oh.
Yes.
We're having a Sandra Sance, an Oa Sance, if you will, because I mean, remember, Sideways is where, and Grey's Anatomy is where people really got to know her. But now with Killing Eve and all this stuff, and the chair, I think is what it was on Netflix, that show she had. And then now this, and then a couple other things that are coming out.
She's in Turning Red as the mother.
Red. Yes, that's it. That's what I was thinking. Turning Red, yes. So seeing her kind of come out on her own and kind of start to be a force on screens and in our ears, I think is fantastic. So this looks scary as hell. I hope it's good. I'm assuming I will get a screening of this, and I will try my best not to lose my damn head.
It's coming up, and it's by Sony, so I might have to do a little reach out because I really would. I don't think I've seen Sandra Oh do horror.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Like Killing Eve sometimes puts her in those elements. A little bit, but it's different. Like this is a different vibe. So I would like to see this in theaters if I can.
And we saw her do some horror when she found out that Thomas Hayden Church was going to get married in Sideways. And she unleashed it.
Sure. God, that movie was, I rented that movie from Blockbuster.
Oh my God.
I think Blockbuster was still around when that movie came out.
It's 2004 Sideways. So
right? Was Blockbuster still around then, or did I Netflix it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I remember driving by that Blockbuster on Buena Vista way back when I used to do DVD testing up until the mid 2000s.
DVD testing?
Oh, yeah. This is what I did for about 5 years. Worst job of my life. It was because at the time I still wanted to be an actor. So it was a job that I worked freelance. A whopping $15 an hour, and you sat
for
there.
Back then, that's not bad,
I guess. And you're watching movies over and over and over again, and the same movie, trying to make sure there's no quality issue. So you're watching the audio, you're watching the video, you're watching the subtitles. So sometimes you're watching a Tagalog audio with the Chinese subtitles on or Mandarin subtitles on, and you're also paying attention to the picture. So you're making oodles of notes sometimes on situations like this. So it is crazy.
I take it back. $15 was not enough.
No, and you're watching the same movie sometimes, Wendy's, 4 times in a day, or
No.
3 times in a day, depending on.
You should get a bump for how many times you repeatedly have to watch that movie.
I wish. That's why I ended up taking the manager's job,
Yeah.
because I was like, "Oh, good, I won't have to DVD test or Blu-ray test. I'll just be in charge of doling out the work and making sure
Yep.
the reports are all correlated and collated." And but getting fired from that job was maybe one of the best things that could have ever happened to me, because it was the worst job, and this has led me down the path. So
oh man, happy that you were able to get out of that.
Yeah,
that sounds awful.
It really was. All right, what's our other trailer here? When? So when's that coming out? Do we know when that's
Umma comes out March 18th, I believe.
Oh my God, it's around the corner.
Yeah, it's real soon, unless I'm wrong. Let me just do a quick Google.
My screener for this. I need to find out. I have to shake the tree a little bit.
Yeah, March 18th, coming out real soon. So, I would hit up your corresponding. I mean, it's good to reach out just in
Patrick.
Case.
If you're watching the show, Patrick, you're gonna get an email from me this weekend. I'm not gonna give your last name out, but Patrick, he emailed me.
Email some people.
Yeah, because he emailed me. He's like, "Have you seen Ghostbusters Afterlife? Can you put your review up?" And I'm like, "All right, Patrick. I haven't heard from you in 2 years, but all right."
He's busy.
I know he's busy, man.
Life of a publicist.
He's running a big publicist department there too.
Yeah.
Don't want to say the name. His last name. It's a big publicist department.
Yeah, don't say it. Privacy. The other trailer.
Yes, go ahead. Yeah.
The other trailer is Bullet Train, directed by David Leitch. Woo! Brad Pitt, Andrew Koji, who is not in that trailer enough. That's my only complaint.
Right.
Like I was like, where's my fave, huh? One of my favorite actors right now.
Oh my God.
But it follows Brad Pitt's character, who is working as an assassin, and one of his jobs is to retrieve a briefcase from the bullet train, from one of the carts, or whatever you call them. I don't know, train.
Compartments.
Compartments. Thank you.
That's what they call it.
What he didn't know was that other assassins was going to be aboard this bullet train, and also they're all after the same suitcase. Are they connected? Are they not? We don't know. But a couple interesting things is that this is by the same director who directed Deadpool 2 and Atomic Blonde. So you can definitely see that the action is going to be very, very carefully curated, I think. And it fits the vibe of how they want to film. Somebody gave an example in our trailer reaction video, saying that it gave them it's giving them Smoking Aces.
Oh yeah, totally.
I was like, okay, yeah. So I'm excited. I feel like I haven't seen Brad Pitt in like a minute in an action film for some reason. I don't know why I feel that way, but so I'm excited. He also looked like he hasn't aged at all.
Yeah, no.
Just Hollywood actors just stop aging. At 40, they're like, we're gonna stop aging altogether.
That's enough for everybody. We're done.
We're done.
No, I mean, I've recently started doing a skincare regimen. Starting a month ago, I started the skincare regimen. I'd never done that in my entire life. I've never done it. No face wash, nothing. I've never done any of that. And I know my girlfriend was going insane. And I said to her, for 3 years we've been together, you never once noticed that I've never done face wash. There's never face wash in the bathroom for me or anything. She's like, oh my God, how could you? Women have to do this all the time. You should be doing this. So I took a look and I've been on this GLOG, really nice company, really cool company. They focus on male skincare stuff. And I look at Brad Pitt and I go, he must be on something like that because his face looks fantastic. And you're right. He hasn't aged a day, for God's sakes. And 2 action films here because Bullet Train looks fantastic. Looks great. I mean, I love Bad Bunny being a part of this. It's so nice. Zazie Beetz, and look, no surprise, the Deadpool 2 director bringing in actors from Deadpool 2. Brad Pitt in there for like 5 seconds. And then Zazie Beetz as well being a part of this thing. But Aaron Taylor Johnson, great to see him busting out the British accent. Brian Tyree Henry with the British accent. Joey King with the British accent. So curious. And then I think that's Sandra Bullock.
Karen Fukuhara.
Yeah.
Katana.
Yeah.
From Suicide Squad, the first one.
Yes.
Yeah.
She is in that as well. And so's Hiroyuki Sanada, who we just saw in Mortal Kombat. So
yes,
it's nice to see him as a compliment in the film as well. So yeah, good stuff. I got what do you call it? I got Train to Busan vibes. I got the Spectre fight in the train between Batista and Daniel Craig vibes. And so much that I've seen in train, and also like Smoking Aces, a little Kate, instead, a little bit of Punch Drunk Milkshake or whatever that was called, the one with Karen Gillan.
Gunpowder Milkshake.
Yeah, the neon colors with the stylized action. So there's certainly a market for this, and I hope it's a damn good movie. And it's based on a book, ladies and gentlemen. So
I'm curious about it. I have so many books like that. You get sent mailers. That are like book to screen adaptations. So they're stacking up. I haven't even finished reading like one, and two more pop up. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
I don't have time.
Well, I'm going to clarify this. I do wash my face in the shower. Of course, I put soap and water and a loofah on my face, but I don't do the face wash. There's a difference.
You don't have like a regimen at the sink.
I don't. Now I do. Night and day regimens.
Yes. John, SPF. Did you incorporate that into your skincare?
That's the next. I never go out of the house, so I don't need the SPF.
Oh well, okay. But if you do, do put. That's one of the secrets.
I know.
Looking like a baby.
Right. Yeah. I get 75 years old.
There you go. But you're frozen. You're frozen at a specific age. So no one would ever know that you're.
Once you start taking the regimen, you stay frozen at a certain age. I wish.
Wouldn't that be that? I mean, that would sell me if they had something like that.
Mumra with another. Thank you, Mumra, for 25 bits here. I miss the days of seeing blockbuster action thrillers that aren't necessarily franchises like Source Code or Speed.
Yes.
Looking forward to the new ones like Ambulance and Bullet Train. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, coming back.
Yeah. Can I throw another one out there to you, Mumra?
Please.
Wrath of Man, the Jason Statham one. That's a standalone action film with and revenge film.
Yeah.
That I think you all would absolutely enjoy. It's a dark one. It's not the usual quippy Guy Ritchie. It's actually a dark action film.
Remember Hardcore Henry?
Yeah, Hardcore Henry. That's right.
There's that too. Yeah, I did.
That's a good one as well.
That was a fun one.
Yeah, we're not. You say blockbuster action thrills. Yeah, exactly. So we'll see. We'll see for sure. All right, thanks, Mumra. All right, where shall we go off to, Wendy? This Disney Plus situation.
Yeah, let's talk about this Disney Plus situation. So Disney Plus is going to start introducing a more affordable but ad-supported plan later this year, which kind of makes sense. I think Hulu has that as well. They have, the tier that you get ads, and then the tier that I think the premium where you don't have ads. But I will say I absolutely do not like the ad-supported Hulu one. It is, you're watching more commercial than you are of content.
Oh yeah, good point.
It's awful. I don't feel like Disney's is gonna go that way, but it looks like it's going to be introduced in the US later 2022, and then they have plans to expand that plan internationally in 2023. And this was announced today, I believe.
Yeah.
They haven't announced any sort of pricing or the plan, like the pricing for this, and how much that is going to be compared to the version that we have now, since we don't have ads. So. According to this article on Variety, Disney said that the ad-supported version of Disney Plus is a building block for the company's target of reaching 230 million to 260 million Disney Plus subscribers worldwide by the end of its 2024 fiscal year. And at the end of 2021, they had 129.8 million paying customers worldwide. And I imagine that they just, recently opened Disney Plus to East Asia regions like Korea and Taiwan, and I think Europe, region there as well. So I imagine they're starting to accumulate more and more paying customers. So I don't feel like they're going to have trouble hitting those numbers, especially with the recent announcement of those Netflix shows, the Netflix Marvel shows coming to Disney Plus. the rating, and we got Moon Knight coming, we got a ton of Star Wars shows and more. So I really feel like this would be the right move for them because one, you can choose if you want an ad support platform or version or not, and it would still be curated Disney centric ads.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you see some ABC stuff, maybe some Hulu stuff, some Nat Geo stuff, but I think it's going to be mostly Disney ads. And I just don't feel they go the route of Hulu and they have like 6 ads and you've only watched the show 12 minutes. You're like, what is going on?
Yeah. I mean, I really I almost broke and just got the ad-free Peacock as well as, and
is it bad there too?
Oh yeah. Peacock is the same commercial over and over and over again at every block.
Oh, the worst.
And then like the what's the one you get on Hulu? It's the one with the bubbles, bursting the bubbles there, jumping on the stuff for the lottery.
Yes.
Get that one every break. And I think it's their plan to do that so that you break down and go, I can't see this commercial anymore. I'm paying for the ad free. It's a smart marketing technique. I think it's brilliant. Because it worked on me. I almost did it. I was like, I'll pay the extra 17. I don't care. It's driving me insane, but like, it's only a temporary thing. So and it was surprising. Clearly, Disney Plus wants to be toe to toe with Netflix. Amazon Prime benefits from having also being Amazon. So it has its own kind of approach to things, and Apple TV is a little bit behind right now by a few million. And so they're going to have to figure out how to catch up, but this makes sense because HBO Max is also releasing an ad-supported one. It's all about trying to get people to jump on board with their streaming services, but not at the level that they are at for people who don't pay or don't have ads, the ad-free level. So it's about a convenience thing. It's like, okay, I can pay $8 and I'll deal with the commercials because I still get the content.
Yes.
So some people can deal with that. Some people are cool with commercials. Give them a chance to go pee or give them a chance to grab some food or whatever. So yeah. So
I'm not. I get annoyed.
Yeah, I agree with you. I I pay the extra and I pay the yearly, so I save a little bit of money, so I can be like, good. I don't have to worry about it, and I'm good to go. But it does get a little frustrating for sure.
MK Songbird has I like this comment here. It says, introducing the ad tier just in time for all those subscribers, who did the 3-year deal at the launch back in 2019.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Always forward thinking, these studios, or trying to be.
It's already been in the plans.
Exactly. All right. Well, I don't see any Streamlabs. We've gotten our bits. So if you want to send some Streamlabs through for any questions you got, Wendy and I are here for another 20 minutes, maybe around that.
Yes.
And so send them in now as we kind of go towards the back half of the show here. And let's get into our next section here, Wendy. It is. I mean, I feel you should make that music.
Hey, yeah. I like that. I'm liking that. Welcome to #What's Trending. And we're going to kick this off with a little K-pop corner. Just one piece of news today. You guys know I am your, I guess, how many fandoms do I belong to when it comes to K-pop? But for all you stays out there, get ready, because if you feel like you've been missing Stray Kids, if you haven't seen enough of them, they always work super hard. Part of the JYP Entertainment. They are a self-producing group featuring 8 members. I should know this. I get confused sometimes because I think they were 9 and then one of them left. And now they have the 8 that we know. But they are looking at a comeback / new mini album, which I think you can actually pre-order now. And it's not called Ordinary. It's called Ordinary. And there's a trailer out. Came out 5 days ago. They're already past 3.5 million views already. And it's a full-on trailer. It's 3 minutes and 30 seconds. And it watches like a movie almost, or like a TV series, where I was like, wait, I need to know these characters. Where are they? It's giving a little hotel, like Continental vibe a little bit. But it seems like the Ordinary, where it features Felix walking inside this ordinary place, and things just a little off. I like the coloring, the lights, and the different vibes, and it looks like he's kind of in a weird space continuum situation, because he can kind of banned from one room into another. He picks up some newspapers that do have, missing persons picture on there, who are the other members of the street kids who are already, it looks like, residents of this space or hotel. And lots of action there, because we have Hyunjin at the end, with Felix falling out of the glass window there, kind of going after him. And you know this, Rocha, too, after like me sending you 50 million K-pop videos, like, watch this is amazing. Production value is always super high.
Yeah, it's incredible when you're watching this stuff. I mean, this is just a trailer for what they're going to do. And so you're seeing, like you said, the production value, because this is where people are putting their money into now, is K-pop. It's so successful. There's so much money to be made here. So you can find the right people to come and elevate the look of your product. And certainly that comes through here. The angles, the colors, the set pieces, the whole nine. I had a little bit of a Toxic vibe when he pushed his homie out the window, because that kind of reminded me of Britney when she came in with the leather and stuff jumping through. So just very interesting stuff here. But clearly they're doing a big pitch for these guys to come back and win the attention of all the fans yet again. So I love it.
Stray Kids, I mean, I know all K-pop artists work extremely hard, but with Stray Kids, I applaud them because they are a self-producing group. So a lot of the music is, they write it, the members write it, and it's, their concept, their voices being heard, and their ideas. And so, and they work so hard to have all these comebacks, one after another, because sometimes I'll use Blackpink as an example. We haven't had a Blackpink comeback in a long time. And I know the girls are busy, but they're super popular. So why YG will not give them another comeback frustrates me as a fan, because I have the money that I want to spend on their stuff and support, and they're just not giving it. And it's very upsetting. But Stray Kids, they're coming back again. So get ready for, Stray Kids. All the stays can now rejoice, and we just wait for, I don't even know when this is dropping, but probably soon.
Did Laura get her BTS tickets or no?
Oh, she did.
Oh, of course she did.
Oh, she did. I think she's missing one of the nights, so she's trying to get one of the nights. She's going all 4 days.
I know.
We gotta have her on the show. We gotta have her on the show.
I met her physically for the first time.
Wait,
at
really?
the APA Awards. I'd never met her before. I'd seen her before.
Lovely.
And it was great to see her. And she presented like a champ. And so it was, I would love to. And she worked that social media game at the awards way better than I could have done.
That's her all the time.
She's great.
She's that good.
Yeah.
She's that good.
Her do myself. She's so smart about this shit. We got the Thorl here saying with a cheer, 26 cheer here. Like news, Brad Pitt's company is trying to make Beetlejuice 2 reaction. Had a company. Oh, yeah. So he's saying that Plan B, Brad Pitt's company is in negotiations to do Beetlejuice, a sequel to Beetlejuice with Michael Keaton and Winona Ryder. That broke earlier this week. Wendy, quick thoughts. Do you think it's going to happen? And do you want to see a Beetlejuice sequel?
I can see it happen. I don't necessarily really want a sequel, though. I think the movie's fine. Maybe we can just leave it alone.
That's the quickest thoughts. I love that quick thought.
Yep. I love Beetlejuice. I just don't think everything needs a sequel. And I think Beetlejuice is one of the ones where I'm okay.
It's kind of a troublesome cast too. You've got Jeffrey Jones, who had his issues. You've got Alec Baldwin, who's got his issues.
Alex, he ain't coming back.
Alex, it was already announced that Alec is not coming back. So that was real quick. But Catherine O'Hara is still doing her thing on Schitt's Creek, and Gina Davis is still around. So obviously Winona. How are you going to get with Gina Davis if she comes back? Like, are you going to de-age her because ghosts don't age? So what is that? I don't know how they'll do that, but that's what I'm saying.
Unless they reboot it, then you can't call it a sequel. I don't see it. I don't really see it working.
That's fair. All right. What else is in what's trending here, Wendy?
Let's talk. Okay, before we get into Love is Blind, because I think we should wrap it up with that. Let's talk a little theme park news. We've got the Disney, and this is in Disneyland and not Walt Disney World, because they honestly do it better over there. But we are getting a California Adventures Food and Wine Festival.
Wow, this weekend? No?
It starts today. Yesterday they
Oh,
had the
great.
soft opening, and I was at Disneyland, and I don't know why I didn't go just to start eating. You know what? No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to preview the food without the husband. So
Fair.
I probably was a good thing that I didn't
Yeah.
go. But they have some very interesting foods, and this is something like I love going to Disney to eat food. I know it sounds
Yeah.
weird. People go there for the ride, for the characters. I just like the food. So they have a couple of stalls that are, and everything's outdoor. There's not really inside. So if you're nervous about, being around a mass of people without masks on, just know that you will be outdoors and you can walk to certain places that are less crowded so you can feel a little bit
Right.
safer, removing your masks. But they have tons of stuff. They have food items such as the black and tan beef potato puffs. They have a Cuban slider, which
Yeah.
I don't think they've ever had before. It looks delicious. And they got some interesting, weird stuff like a peanut butter and jelly mac and cheese. And that doesn't actually have. Yeah, I know. Stay
Wow.
with me here. I
Okay.
haven't had it. I don't know if I'm gonna try it because it's $8.50. And if it sucks, I'm gonna be mad about it. But it's got brown sugar streusel and strawberry crackle, i.e., Pop Rocks. And
Oh,
so there's actually no cheese in it. So just think macaroni,
wow.
but without. I just don't. I like peanut butter
Yeah.
and jelly. I just don't know if I necessarily need that in a pasta.
Yeah, okay. I can see that. Yeah. That doesn't seem to strike me as the right move. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, no, there is no cheese. There's no cheese in it, from what I understand.
Right,
But
right, right,
still,
right.
it's weird. One of the things that is less icky than a peanut butter and jelly mac. See how I just noticed that they actually don't have mac and cheese in the title. They just call it
The
peanut
back.
butter and jelly mac.
Right.
So, but still, meh, I don't know. But what sounds more delicious is a Snickers caramel peanut milk chocolate Mickey macaron, and that's filled with caramel, ganache, and Snicker pieces, which I am definitely going to be getting. And then they have, other sweets like a strawberry cheesecake with lemon chantilly. They have
Yeah.
a blueberry berry buttermilk pie. They have this looks excellent, the IPA sausage dog on a soft pretzel roll with onion
Oh,
pepper, jardiniere. I'm not sure if I'm
sure.
pronouncing that right.
Sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
jardiniere, and with a cheddar cheese sauce and malt vinegar jalapeno crunch.
Hold
God,
still.
God damn, that sounds good.
Hold still. Oh, it won't let me bring it over. Oh my God. Here, I'm just gonna share it because it looks
That looks like a mighty bite. Oh man, I'm really hungry.
look at that. Look at that thing.
Yum.
Look at that looks.
Get that in my belly.
I'm not a jalapeno person, but I would try this out. I would
Mhm,
absolutely try this out as is.
mhm.
I would not ask for any changes and take my
Yeah.
chances.
And honestly, if you scroll down just a little bit,
Yeah.
Rocha, there's actually a couple other things too.
Ooh,
That on the left there is a chili relleno or Riano
yeah.
empanada,
Okay. Ooh,
and then the thing on the right is a spicy yellow chili creamed chicken with jasmine rice.
okay.
Like that just sounds delicious.
Ají de gallina.
So,
Yeah, that's right. The
and
gallina.
then if you want to scroll down, just like a really obscure thing that they have, two more, like a little bit more.
Okay.
With a slider. Okay, so the slider, it's a very cute. It's a petite avocado impossible burger. So there's a little vegetarian fix for you. But on the right there, I know it looks like a ice pop. It's a frozen guacamole, and
What?
apparently people are liking it. It's an avocado paleta with lime crema, pico de gallo, and chili lime seasoning.
Wow.
I think I'm gonna have to give it a try.
How much is this? Where do you get the sip and savor pass? How much is the sip and savor pass? Do you have to buy a pass for the overall park? And
Yes to all
also
of the
buy the
above.
sip and savor pass? Oh my God.
So yeah, you would need a ticket into the park. Plus, you don't have to buy a sip and savor. The sip and savor, the
Okay.
point of it is it's 8 coupons on there, and it's priced at I think $50 for the
Okay.
8 tabs, and you exchange the tabs for one of these items.
Oof.
But I would suggest you don't use the tabs for anything that's below like $6.50, because
Okay.
then it's not really worth your money. If you're gonna buy something that's $6.50, then you just buy it with your money.
Yeah.
And you use the sip and savor for anything that's $6.75 and above. Minus alcohol, because I don't think you can do it with alcohol. But I am going back to Disney next week with Dustin.
Ooh.
So we're gonna make sure we don't eat breakfast in the morning so we can go there and
That's
eat.
I think Blue Girl nails it here. That's a good emoji there. I respect it, Blue Girl.
It looks so good. I can't wait.
Oof, looks fantastic.
I'll video some clips and I'll bring it back next week.
Please,
on the
we'd
show.
love to, I remember doing the sausage thing with you. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, it was so good. It was so good.
That was a great afternoon.
And we got to take home a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, we did. That lasted me for months.
Yeah, same.
All right, we should get going here. We got to wrap up the show, but let's talk about Love Is Blind here, Wendy.
What have you been thinking about season 2? How are you liking it?
First of all, I mean, I want to do a review of season 2. Now, maybe I'll do one tomorrow or Sunday.
What if you did it on stereo with? Oh wait, she doesn't watch it with you.
Yeah, she does. No, she does.
Oh, well then do it on stereo. You guys still doing that, right?
Stereo. Yeah, we're doing. Yeah, we're doing it. We are. It could be fun to talk about it. Because, I mean, the Marvel stereo thing is really driving her insane because there's so much research that she does for the show.
Aww.
And I think it's taking up a lot of time. And so if we just do these kind of fun conversations about these shows, I think there's a lot less stress on her and we can have some fun with that. So maybe. But, yeah, I power through. Once we started at episode 1, I looked at her. She goes, I'm in. I was like, we're in. And so what we've done at times is fast forward through some of the boring couples. And because we get the gist of it. Let's get to the point. So that's how we've powered through 2 seasons in less than a week.
You don't need the other couples for context?
No, because I'm like, I get the gist of what they're talking about. Let's repeat the fact that we love each other over and over again, or don't like each other over and over. I get it. I get the point that I'm trying to get from this moment. Let's move on to the next thing. And so we have ripped through season 2. And I mean, this was such a great sea change because season 1 is all these pretty people in fantastic shapes.
Yeah,
and I
literally everybody
realized. Yeah, and I think they realized, look, we don't need to be F-Boy Island on here. Let's be something else. Mm-hmm. And season 2 came. And it's not that there aren't attractive people on season 2. I think there's more normal looking people on season 2. And so you're getting to really see people who aren't normally the most classically good looking people have these interactions and make these connections and then see what it's actually out there, what it's like out there in the real world. And I'll tell you, I don't want to talk. My girlfriend can't pick the ones who are going to stay together or break up to save her life. She's always shocked at the ones that stay together and the ones that break up.
Wait till she gets into Love Is Blind Japan. That's going to really throw you for a loop.
I bet, because season 1, in no way did she think that hillbilly couple was going to stay together. She's like,
which one is that? Gianni?
No, the other, no, in season 1, right? The Barnetts. She's like, no way.
I don't love them.
I know, but they love each other. They're weird with each other. It works.
Yeah, you know what? If it works for you, it's no one else's marriage but yours.
Exactly. They're two peas in a pod. So
I don't love her when she interacts with other ladies.
Yeah. Right. No.
In the reunion show, it was such a mess. Like she kept on saying, like, I'm married. I was like, being married is not a license to give you to be an asshole.
Exactly.
It doesn't give you permission to be an asshole to people who aren't married. Okay, maybe they don't want to be married. How about that?
I want the anchor. But season 2 has been great for the real life drama, and I like this cast better than season 1, and they seem to like each other better than the cast in season 1 because they seem to hang out much more in season 2 than they did in season 1. So I enjoyed this season very, very much. Yeah,
good deal. I'm not caught up yet, so I'm not quite at the reunion, but I am watching. I feel like I also liked this. I thought it was going to be messier than season 1, but I think season 1 got messy, not because it actually was, but I think honestly it had to do with producers and the way they edit or
with Jessica.
They did her dirty, man.
Yeah, when you find out what Mark did, they totally did her dirty. And there should be a whole extra episode added to that season where they explore Mark's behavior because he got away scot-free.
That's why he didn't show up to the reunion because he knew he was being an ass.
Yeah.
He knew it. She knew it.
He was sleeping with another woman. We got another woman pregnant. He was messing around with it. I mean, we got to find out what's going on here.
Yeah. You know what? She's doing great. Jessica's doing great. She's got her own man. She's excelling in her business. She's looking fantastic. And maybe that's why the Mrs. Barnett is like not okay with her being around because maybe she's kind of like, I don't want to say jealousy, but maybe she's kind of like, No, but she was a mess. It's like, well, maybe she was a little bit of a mess during the thing,
Right.
but she's found herself
I feel like
now.
she came out on top in that situation. I mean,
She
her
won
man's
at the
a
end.
doctor, her man's like,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
and in this season, there's a little bit
Oh,
of that drama too with a certain somebody coming in trying to wreck a relationship. So I love it. I love that they throw that stuff in there. It's great stuff. And wait till you get to the weddings, Wendy. It's so interesting
God,
who
I'm
stays,
ready.
who doesn't stay together.
I'm ready. I'm
It's
gonna finish Japan, and then I'm gonna finish this one because I try to go back and
yeah.
forth, and it's confusing me.
Oh, yeah.
The biggest difference between Japan and the US
Yeah.
version is, and it's a cultural thing. The 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 cast for Love Is Blind Japan are so respectful
Oh yeah.
of not just of each other, but of the process, like
Right.
how seriously they actually seem to take it.
Mhm, mhm.
And the way they support each other, there is no drama so far that what I've seen, there is no drama of like, "Oh, you're talking to the same man."
Right.
Like, even, like, the quote, unquote "breakup" is kinda like, "Well, I understand. Thank you for telling me early on. I wish you the best of luck, and I'll see
Yeah.
you around maybe." And, like, that's and they'll go back, and they'll talk to the same girls, and the girl, one girl's crying because she's, like, sad that her and this guy didn't work out, and then the other
Yeah.
girl who the same guy was talking to would come over and support her, and it's not competitive. They
Yeah.
don't even bring it up. So,
Yeah.
I love seeing that. Also, their set. You know how the US, when they meet face to face with them for the first time, the doors open, it's just like a hallway. It's decorated pretty,
Right.
but it's just a hallway. Japan has cherry blossoms
Oh, wow.
fixed on the top. It's over water, and they come across the bridge, and they meet on top of the bridge.
That is awesome.
And then
Uh,
they bow to each other because, that's the culture,
you're right.
and it's, like, the cutest thing. There was a TikTok of how it compared what's his name? Shake,
Oh,
uh,
Shake. Yeah.
yeah, comparing how he met her for the first time and just, like,
Right.
went in for, like, a
He was ass grabbing.
I was like, that wasn't just that was, like, I
Yeah.
was offended when I
That's a
watched it. I was
violation.
like, "Mm,"
Yeah.
just because she said, yeah, like, she's literally meeting you for the first time.
Right.
I don't know how connected you feel like you're in the pod, like, that is save
Yeah.
that for a private moment, like, this is national television.
Yeah.
Nobody asked you to do this,
They
and
almost
it
seem as if each of them have been starving and each of them is a piece of food when they find it. Because immediately they're like, rather than like, hey, take a moment, really take that person in,
Yes,
have a big, strong hug because you finally got to meet
and
them,
then go for it.
and go for the kiss. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I
Rush
was
the
just like,
kiss.
"Why don't you savor the first,"
Young
like, and you
dudes.
wonder why some of these don't work out.
Yeah, right. Young dudes. Always rushing. Always rushing.
Ugh, we gotta have more Love Is Blind talk. Maybe next week after you and I finished, the reunion show, we can, like, come and talk about it.
I like this idea.
Okay.
100% extra content with the John and Wendy
Yes.
show. I like this idea. All right. And what else do we need to? I think we'll get real quick our recommendations and reviews before we
Yes.
wrap up here. What do you got, Wendy?
I know this is coming next Friday on Disney Plus, and I know if I already recommended in the last like 2 episodes, but I finally got to see Turning Red, and I think you probably have too by now.
Yes.
Oh my, yeah, we were tweeting about it,
Yep.
or not tweeting, we were texting about it. Oh my gosh, it is one of my favorite Pixar films, and that's hard to say because I love so many Pixar film,
Yeah.
but this is one of the funniest Pixar film that I've watched. It's the writing's really smart. The concept and everything is super relatable, especially towards a specific targeted audience. I think they're gonna love it when
Mhm.
they see it. It does bring up a little bit of like internal childhood trauma.
Ah,
Uh,
I thought of you
you and
through this
you and me both.
whole movie. I thought of Wendy through this whole movie. My God, just the little things Wendy has said on occasional moments. I have thought about. I mean, this movie really brought it to the forefront. But anybody who's had these interactions in their lives, that's what makes it so great. It's a universal situation about dealing with changes in your body, changes in your life, but also how to control and accept those things about yourself and turn them into positives. You don't want to give away too much, but
Mhm.
it's an incredible film that, and I tweeted this, that takes Pixar animation to the next level. Like
Yes.
it's a next level film. You
Did you
know,
know people were complaining about what the characters looked like?
yeah, ridiculous. Just
I know.
but I don't know.
It reminds me a little bit of Luca.
Oh yeah, Right.
Which I saw no complaints about Luca. So why are people complaining about these characters? They're cartoon characters.
Yeah, I love the
when has Pixar done exact lifelike drawings of their characters?
Right.
We have a movie about moving and talking toys.
And fish.
and fish. And fish. And people complain it's not realistic looking.
Oh, people are going to find anything to complain
Whatever.
about. It's a shame.
Whatever. Don't watch it then. I'll watch it 5 times extra free. I already have. I watched it several times already.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really? I was like, oh, it's so good. Yeah. And then something that's also coming, actually it's already out on HBO Max. It's a series on HBO Max called Our Flag Means Death. It's co-created by David Jenkins and Taika Waititi. It's a very unpirate-like pirate adventure. It doesn't go exactly as you plan. It's loosely based on the true adventures of Stede Bonnet, who is played by Rhys Darby in this series. Yeah. And Taika is in it as well. He plays Blackbeard, and basically Stede is this very he's lived a pretty pampered life. He was a aristocrat, and it was kind of like, I want to leave this and I want to have a pirate adventure. So he's got a ship, he's got a crew. He doesn't know anything about pirating, and you're just watching him do this as trying to be a pirate, and it is a quick watch. Each episode is under 30. Oh, and it's just really funny.
Okay.
If you get Taika humor, like, you're going to really enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to dive into it this weekend for sure. What we both recommend is the Batman. I think we can both recommend the Batman this weekend. If you haven't gone to see it yet, go and see it. And I will throw in The Boys Diabolical, this insane animated version of The Boys with a whole new set of people, young teenagers, and their deals that they make with the Vogue Corporation to become the things they become and what they go through. If you thought Invincible was gory, this is even more gory, and it is out there, but it's still damn good. So I recommend it to you. I think a few of the episodes are out, if not all the episodes are out right now for people to watch. They're 12-minute episodes, so they're really good watches that you can get through and enjoy for sure. So if you haven't seen that, or if you love the Boys stuff, this is a little more of that in animated form. So highly recommend. And it feels more reminiscent with the source material than the Boys live action does. The source material, the original Boys, graphic or comic books are pretty brutal. So this feels more in line with that than the live action show. So I recommend it. Absolutely.
Do you need to watch The Boys?
No. I don't think so. You get that basic gist. It's a corporation that helps people become superheroes, but you have to confront the deal you've made after you become a superhero because there's no turning back.
Is this the spin-off that they were talking about for The Boys? Or is it's not exactly that, right?
No, not really, because it's more a matter of these other heroes that have been dealt with this stuff. But I think there is a spin-off coming.
Interesting.
And it's interesting animation too. It's different animation styles depending on the episode. So there's different styles as well to enjoy, of animation. So kind of like,
check it out.
Visions, kind of like Star Wars Visions. So,
ooh, okay.
So
okay. Sure. Nice. Love that.
Be ready because there's a lot of gore. I think that's everything. All right. Well, there we go. Let's wrap it up there. Thank you all so much for watching the John and Wendy Show live here on the Outlaw Nation Twitch channel. We appreciate it madly. Wendy, another fun show. Please tell people all the stuff you got going on and where they can find you.
Thank you so much. Always a good time. You guys, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at just my name, at Wendy Lee Zaney is right below. John's put that there. You can find me on YouTube talking all the geeky stuff with Dustin over at the Movie Couple channel. And every now and again, streaming on Twitch at, again, just my name, twitch.tv/Wendy Lee Zaney. Back to you, John.
Yeah. So please, you can always find me at The Rocha Says on Twitter, Instagram, and on TikTok. The Outlaw Nation on Twitch, building, as we said, for those of you watching later on YouTube, you can follow and subscribe to me there on Twitch. Then my YouTube channel, youtube.com/John Rocha Says. And then my podcast.
We have a Streamlabs from Justin.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Justin.
No worries. Justin Toner said, hi, John and Wendy. Due to my new work from home schedule, making me work evenings on the weekends. Won't have time to see the Batman this weekend. What?
No.
Hopefully next week. Randy, where are you at on Critical Role Campaign 3? I'm having a blast with it.
What's just happened was we actually were watching a little bit of last night.
Okay.
We've met Chutney, and they met up with another person to. I gotta ask Dustin for clarification because I don't remember half the names. Because I was loopy yesterday from Disney, but I think it's episode 9, or 10, right about there. So
there you go.
That's where we're at.
We did have 2 cheers come in. Thanks for reminding me. Mumra said, anyone else excited for the 90s Martin TV series reunion on BET Plus coming out soon? Good to see Martin Lawrence, Tisha Campbell, and the rest of the cast coming back together after all these years. I'm really surprised because remember, Tisha made accusations that Martin Lawrence had created a toxic set, was harassing her sexually. So the fact that they're coming back together is pretty surprising. So clearly some water has gone under that bridge to make that happen. I'm pretty sure that she did make these I don't want to speak out of turn. Lee Martin abruptly. Campbell accused her co-star of waging an obsessive campaign of physical and emotional abuse against her, so volatile and unpredictable that she feared for her life. So maybe Martin has kind of done his work on himself, kind of changed the situation, and kind of maybe that's why they're able to do this reunion now. And certainly we're seeing more and more of that stuff happening throughout, of people reuniting themselves. And then Thero wants to know, have you watched on HBO Drive My Car, which is an Asian film that was a lot of people thought was going to be nominated for Best Picture, did not get nominated for Best Picture, but is on a lot of top 10 lists of critics over the years. So no, I've not watched it, but I will be watching it soon for sure.
It's excellent. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Give it a watch. It should have been nominated for the Oscars.
Okay.
Yeah. Really liked it.
There we go. And of course, Picard season 2 also started. The first 3 episodes dropped. So I got a busy weekend, man. All right.
We should bring Laura on to talk Picard as well. She loves Star Trek.
Laura Israel? That would be great.
He named her son Luke Picard.
Oh my God. I didn't know that. Is she doing reviews of them anywhere? We need to get her on the show.
She writes for 50 million outlets.
Oh, writes is fine. I want a face on camera.
No, she'll do it. She'll do it. I'll text her.
All right, y'all. Thanks so much. Y'all take care of yourselves. Be well. Have a safe and happy weekend. And we'll talk to you next week for another brand new live episode here of the John and Wendy Show. Much love. Peace.